Hi everyone, I'm Crafty Sue 519. This is my channel. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here. Whether you're a new subscriber or someone who's been following me all along, I so appreciate you being here. Don't you feel dumb saying those things? I always feel kind of silly saying that stuff. But in case there's anybody here who doesn't know me, or I feel I should introduce myself, but it feels weird. It feels really weird. So how has your week been? It's already Wednesday, my goodness. In 2 weeks, I'll be in Rhode Island. My daughter's graduating. That'll be a cry fest for sure. I was in the delivery room when she was born. I believe I was the first one to hold her after the doctor and the nurse. And I can't believe these 18 years have flown and she's graduating from high school already. And then she's off to college. So after June, I don't know when I'll see her again. She is going to college in South Carolina. College of Charleston, I believe. And I definitely intend on driving up there at some point and seeing her school. I'm just straightening this out because it's bothering me. So I will do that once she's settled in. She already found her roommate on TikTok. They became friends on TikTok and they happen to be going to the same college. So they decided to be roommates. So how cool is that? She doesn't have to worry about who her roommate will be when she gets there. She'll already know. So that's a good thing, because that can be very traumatic, especially if it's someone you don't get along with. So I'm happy for her that she's done that. So I can't wait to hear all about her. My daughter-in-law says she looks a lot like my granddaughter, so that'll be something. So she must be gorgeous, because my granddaughter is gorgeous. And, well, let me see. What do we do? What do we do this week? I have to say something. You know, I always repeat myself here. So Grumpy calls me Sue 2 times because in my videos I'll say something like that. Do you know I don't, oops, kicked my stand and got it all crooked. Sorry. And I don't do that other than in these videos. That's the only time I do that. I don't get it. I don't know why I do that when I do videos, but I do. Silly. Like I was saying, I hope you all had a wonderful weekend, nice long weekend for everybody. Somber holiday, but a nice long weekend. We went out on Saturday. We were out all day Saturday. Sunday was a quiet day, so I got to crochet on Sunday. Then Monday, my son and grandsons came over and we had a cookout and we played Pugopoly. It's Monopoly, but with pugs. And that's because Grumpy and I had pugs at one point. They're both gone now. But yeah, we had pugs for almost 20 years. They both lived to 15, Tank and Tiki, our babies. Now we have Teddy. Went totally different than the pugs, but pugs are wonderful pups. They really are. They're so loving, so loving, so loyal. Lazy. Lazy. Although they did like to go for walks. I remember one time we were living in California and we had Tank. We didn't have Tiki yet. And my son, my middle son, Jeff, was in the Marines and stationed overseas in Iraq during the war. And there was some kind of event to raise funds for the military that were over there. So we went and we took Tank with us because it was going to be a little walk on this pathway that we had in town and stuff. Do you know that dog walked for maybe 10-15 minutes and then laid down and he wouldn't get back up again? Wouldn't get back up. Lazy. Grumpy had to pick him up and take him home. Crazy little dog. Oh gosh. And he did not like the people who worked at McDonald's. If we had him in a car with us and we stopped at McDonald's, he went insane barking at them. Only at McDonald's. I don't know. Dog had issues. Tiki was a little love. She really was. We miss them. We miss them. Now we have Teddy, who was totally different. Totally different. Crazy, crazy active and doesn't shed, which was a big reason why I chose that type of dog. He's a Morkie, half Yorkshire Terrier, half Maltese. I didn't want another dog that sheds because pugs shed like crazy. So now we have Ted. He's 8 years old already. 8 years old. I think he misses Tiki sometimes because when we got him, he was just a little fluff ball this big. He was just so tiny and fluffy, so cute. And Tiki had a bed in our family room that she could go lie in during the day because she's a pug and pugs sleep a lot. And she was laying in the bed when we brought him home, and I put him on the floor, and he immediately went and got in the bed with her, laid down beside her, and went to sleep. It was the cutest thing. I have a picture of that someplace. So they were really close until he got older and he became a bratty little brother and would fight with her. Typical boy. Anyhow, I've gone off on a tangent I didn't mean to go off onto. So, I don't have a whole ton of stuff to do for you today because I was really busy this past week. Really busy. See, I just did it. Just did it. So, let me see. I never ever crochet on Wednesdays. I do my video and then I don't crochet for the rest of the day. Give my hands a rest because they are a bit sore. So I never ever crochet on Wednesday. Thursday, there may be something that comes to mind that I really want to do and I'll get it started. I have a few things now that I really want to get made. So I do have things to work on, which is nice. It's so hard to plan ahead for markets that are June, July, August, September, October, 5 or 6 months away. You know what is kind of popular now, but is it going to be popular then? I don't know. I don't know. So I'm just making things I think people will like. I don't want to make a whole lot of holiday stuff. It doesn't seem to sell for me. I think they're adorable and I love them. But I don't know. The Christmas stuff, except for my Christmas pickles, I sold out of those last year. So I have to make some of those. I have to take a trip to Hobby Lobby to buy the yarn that I use for those. So I have to make those. I'm going to bring some stuff with me to Rhode Island to make those because they're small and easy. I can do them on the plane. I can do them if I have time in Rhode Island. This is not a typical trip for me because we're going to be 13 people in that house. And I'm sure I won't have my nice chair and table and lamp and my setup I usually have when I'm the only guest there. So I don't know how much time I'll actually have to crochet. And then there's visiting. There's always visiting. I don't have my sister anymore to go see, which is sad. But the cemetery she's in is right near my son's house, just 10 minutes away. So he is going to take me there since I wasn't able to go to the funeral. And I don't know, there's some friends I haven't seen in a real long time, and I'm sure I'm going to want to get out of the house during the week. I mean, my son and daughter-in-law will be working, I think, unless she took a week off. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see what'll happen then. So Thursday I probably crocheted a little bit. Friday, very little. I really didn't do a whole heck of a lot. Sunday I really crocheted. Monday, I started Monday night on something after Josh and the boys left and finished it up on, no, that's wrong. I did it on Sunday so I could show it to Josh on Monday because he's purchasing it for his friend's daughter's birthday. So yeah, I got that one made pretty quick. And then yesterday, what did I do yesterday? I did a freebie that's going around right now. And this morning I got up and I said, I have nothing to show. I got to do something. So I made 5 keychains. So I'll show those to you too. But that's it. It was a busy week. Busy week. Today I got to get going because I have an appointment in a little over half an hour to get my allergy shots because I couldn't yesterday because of the holiday. But I did get my hair cut yesterday. You can't really tell from the front, but if you saw the back, it is like super short hair. I'll show you. I'll spin around. See how short it is? But I love it. I love it like that because of all of the heat here. I can't stand hair on my neck. I just can't. I used to have very, very long hair. Very long hair. But not for many years now. So that's it. So I guess we should get started with some of the items I made, right? Okay. First I thought I would show this to you because I have it hanging around for a while. It's a whip. It's not done. But it's so pretty. And see if you can guess what I'm going to do with this. But block it, probably, right? It needs to be blocked. But I think it's so pretty. I love the colors, the pinks and browns and whites. It's so pretty. And it was kind of fun making this because I miss making blankets. I don't make blankets in the summertime, so there's a hint for you. It's not a blanket. Not going to be a big blanket, you know. But anyhow, I just love the colors. And that's so pretty. And it was kind of nice to work with acrylic yarn again. I don't get to do that very much. And that's all I would work with before. I don't like the feel of wool yarn, so I never used it. Plus, a lot of people are allergic to it, and it's hard if you have to clean it, and I don't want to bother with it. So I just look for nice acrylic yarns. And that's what I made my 100 baby blankets with. I'm so sorry I didn't take pictures of those blankets. It gets me so mad at myself. Why didn't I do that? Wow, I made a lot of baby blankets. So, let's see what I made. I don't think this is going to be a super long video. Let's do keychains since I just made it. Isn't there a rapper with that name? 2 Chainz? Yes, I do know. Are you surprised a 73-year-old woman knows names of rappers? I don't like rap music, but I do know about them. Yeah, there is a 2 Chainz. I'm quite sure there is. Let me know for sure, or if I'm losing my mind. But there is a 2 Chainz rapper, right? So I decided, because I had sold out of these, I had only 2 of these keychains before, and I sold one online, and then I sold one at my last market. So if I sold out of both of them that quick, I figured I may as well make some. I don't know how many to make. I made 5. They were all the same, but different colors, same style, different colors. So I don't know if 5 is enough or if I should be making more. I don't know. But anyhow, it's the little chick that goes in the egg. But I don't have the egg. And I did sell out of my chicks and the eggs too, so I don't know. It's so far away. Do you make them or not? So this is my yellow one. This is Mystical Yarn, Bernat Mystical. And a little bit of fluff yarn. I think it's so cute. So cute. I love this Mystical yarn. One of the best yarns they've ever come out with as far as I'm concerned. This is Mystical as well. Cute. Look at this fuzzy head. Just cracked me up. I just have to kind of put them back in place. I pulled them out of shape a little bit. Doing stuff to them. So isn't that cute? Cute, cute, cute. Blue. Don't ask me the names of them because I don't remember the names of the yarns. This is Bernat baby, I believe. And I think he's so cute too. Look at that. Look at that little chick. Every time I finished one and I put this fluffy little thing on his head, I just cracked up. It's just so cute. So I could see why people would want them, because they're adorable, right? And they can be used as keychains or purse decorations or backpack buddies, you know, all different kinds of things. And I put, this one's got all different colors. Let me see, isn't that pretty yarn? I gotta make something with this because this is really pretty. I got so much yarn, I don't know what I've used or not used. But I thought he was adorable. Adorbs. And I had a thought, and of course, went away. And it'll come back to me when it's totally unrelated. I used a different kind of fluff yarn on this one, and it came out so cute. So cute. So this is mystical yarn as well. I know the name of this is Cinder, I think. I think the black. But look at that pink fuzzy. And I had to use a little kawaii eyes on him because black eyes won't show up. They are black eyes, but the white helps a lot to be able to see them. Oh, I know what I want to tell you. So I bought that big bag of keychains, but it's just the tops. There's like a couple hundred in here. So then I had to do something. So I went looking through my paper crafting supplies, and I had a roll of chain, and I have tons and tons and tons of the rings. I used to pick them up at Dollar Tree whenever they would have them, the jump rings. So I just made my own little chain to go on here, and it works out perfectly fine, and I'm using up some of my stash, which is a really good thing because I need to do that because I got tons of stuff. So there's my 5 keychains. Tell me which one's your favorite. I like to know. I like to know which ones people like. That's 3, 4, and last but not least, 5. So we got 5 keychains made this morning. Isn't that cute? Oh gosh, I just love them, and they're fast and quick. I call things like this because I don't usually like to put things on my tables that are under $10. It just doesn't seem to be worth the work and the yarn to sell things under $10. And I can't sell these for $10. I think the other ones I sold for $6. Yeah, I think so. So I plan to make other kinds of keychains to bring in the fall, and they'll just have different prices on them depending on how big they are and how much work they took and everything. But these are quick and easy. Quick and easy. Did it again, didn't I? Oh gosh. So there is a 3 pattern going around, and everybody and his mother is making it. And I had it in my iPad to do, but I hadn't done it yet. So last night I made it. It was easy. It's a good pattern. I did make some changes to it, and I'll tell you about it. And what prompted me to make these changes is watching a bunch of videos from other people who made this and their complaints about it. So I really don't have many complaints about it. I did change a couple of things, but minor. So maybe what I did will help you, or maybe you're perfectly satisfied with how it was made if you made it. And if you're going to make it, just look at this one and see if you think there's anything that you need to change. So it's this rose turtle. And like I said, it's going around. Lots of people are making it. Isn't that pretty? That rose is beautiful. Beautiful. I had this color out, so that's why I used this. And I think I had this color. I had these colors out for something else I made. So I said, oh, well, those go perfect together. I'll just use that, and I don't have to go trying to make a decision on what colors I want to choose. But there is another color I want to use for the rose, so I will be making another one of these for sure. I had no issues with it, except almost everybody said they felt the head was too big for the turtle. So I didn't even try the original. I did try the original. This is the original head. All I did was go down a size. So I think for the rest of the turtle, I was using a 4.5 millimeter hook, and I used a 4 millimeter to make the head. And this is Parfait Chunky yarn. For the rest of it, I used the 4 millimeter, I think. 4.5 millimeter. I'm going to get you confused. 4 millimeter for the head, 4.5 for the rest of it. She suggested a 3, I forget if it was 3.5 or 3.75. I wasn't going to use a needle hook that small. So 4 millimeter for the head, same pattern. Came out, I think, great. Some people didn't like how wide it was in here. Who cares? You don't see it. It's on wherever you're putting it. It's getting dark in here. It's supposed to get rain. Our rainy season is supposed to start. Let me just brighten that up a little. It just seems really dark. Is that better? It's hard for me to tell. So that was one thing I did. All I did was go down half a size. And I think the head came out perfect. These are 20 millimeter eyes. Deep dark pink to match the rose on the shell. These are the same fins I use for my regular turtles, my All From Jade turtles. I had changed these from her pattern because I didn't like the fins that she used. But the way she connected them on here, I almost changed it immediately, but I didn't. I don't like the way they flop. Now I do the same ones, but I attach them just a little bit differently. So I think the next one I'll attach it a little more securely so it stays out a bit. The other thing I changed was she did not put a tail on her turtle. So I just added one. I just add a little tail in the back, and all you're going to do is take your yarn, slip stitch it in a stitch at the back. I tried to line it up with the head. Chain 5, I half double crocheted back down 4, slip stitched into the next stitch, tied a knot, brought the ends in, and it made a little turtle. So easy, easy peasy. And the last thing I did to this, and it's not a change, it's just an addition, was I was curious. I felt it looked a little plain, just a little plain. Usually my turtle shells are a variegated yarn or bright and colorful, or it's a design like I did. I don't remember if it was last week or the week before. I think it was last week, where I made all the different ones, the sunflower and sunset. 2 more. I don't remember. It's a week away. I don't remember. So what I did, and I hope it shows up. I hope it shows up. What I did is, did I leave it out? Oh, I left it in the other room. from my paper crafting stuff again, I took out a Wink of Stella pen. And for those of you who don't know what it is, it's just a pen, and they have more. And I do. I have 2 more in the drawer I haven't used. It's just this pen like this. And what it has in it is glitter. It's a glitter pen. It's a liquidy glitter. So if you're paper crafting, you can take something, if it's a flower, and you can just color the whole thing in, and the whole thing will glitter, and it dries clear, and just you just have the sheen from it. So I've used it quite often. So I wondered if it would work on yarn. So last night I took a little scrap piece of yarn that I was going to be throwing away, and I brought it in here, and I rubbed it with the Wink of Stella. And this morning I checked it to see if it damaged the yarn at all, or if you could even see it, and it looked great. So today, and I don't know if you're going to catch it. There you go. You can see some of the shimmer on there. You see that? Just added enough something to it, just so it just wasn't all plain pink. So there you go. Those are my changes to this turtle. So this is a free pattern. I used her tutorial on YouTube because she wrote in each row. So I could just fast forward to the next row and move on and move on. She did miss putting in a couple of them, so you have to be careful if you're using that. You may have to go back and redo something. But it went quick. It wasn't that long a video, and it went really quick. So I like it. I'm going to make another one. And tell me what you think about the shine on the turtle shell. I like it. So then another free pattern that I got and I really wanted to make was Stitch. And this is by Crochet Grove. And the turtle I made was with Parfait Chunky. I don't know if I mentioned that. Lime, no. Green and pink. Bubblegum pink and mint green. So this is my Stitch. Isn't he adorable? So cute. I made 2 for someone this past Christmas that they wanted for Christmas gifts. But not this pattern. I really wanted this pattern, but it wasn't available. I couldn't get it. And when I wrote to the designer, she said, see if you can find somebody else who has it and if they'll send it to you. Well, I didn't. So I used a different pattern that I bought on Etsy. But then, for some reason, she put this on Ravelry for free. So I went and grabbed it. I grabbed them all. She has Stitch. She has Angel, who is his girlfriend. She's all pink. I will be making her probably for next week. And Scrump. And Lilo and Stitch. Lilo. She has them all. So I don't think I'll make Lilo. Dolls do not sell well for me for some reason. I have 2 fairy dolls that I've had for a very long time. So I think I'm going to have to knock the price down on those and hope they go, and I won't make them again. They're very pretty, but they're just not selling. Or maybe people just don't like fairies. I don't know. So anyhow, I made Stitch, who I think is just adorable. Well, I had it on my table in my family room, which it's where I put everything for the week so I can see what I've done for the week because I crochet in that room. And my son came by one day last week for something. I don't remember what, but he stopped by for a short visit, and he saw it, and he said, can you make me one of those? And I said, for what? He says, I want to get one for Rob's daughter. It's her birthday. And that's his friend that he'll be staying with when he goes up to Rhode Island in 2 weeks for his niece's graduation, my granddaughter. So I said, sure. This one he felt was too small. He wanted another one. Now, I don't think this is very small. I think this is a perfect size for markets. And it runs almost 12 inches. So it's a good size. I think it's just so cute. And I had to use my Cricut to make eyes. Not too bad for someone who doesn't know how to use her Cricut. And the nose, she had, in the pattern, she had a triangle piece of felt for the nose. I didn't have any of that color felt. I'm going to have to do a felt run. I used to get it at Joann. I hope I can get it someplace else. I looked up the kind of felt I bought and I can't find it anywhere. So I'll have to find a different brand. So I just crocheted a little nose on him. And I think it looks fine. I think he looks adorable. He's got a little tail in the back. So cute. From now on, my favorite stitch pattern. And I'll make a few of those for my markets this fall. So then I started on a bigger one, and all I did was use Michael's yarn and a 6mm hook. I started doing it with a 6.5, and I put it away. That, you know, once you get to 6.5, it's the plastic hooks. I don't like it, and it gets, the bigger the hook, the harder it is for me to hold because I have little hands. So working with a 6mm with the Michael's yarn is perfectly fine for me. So I made him a bigger stitch. There's a big boy. Big boy. Same as the other. He wanted to take it home yesterday. I wouldn't let him because not yesterday, but Monday. But it's hard to, that's the difference in size. And he's very happy with this size. So this one sold. My big boy. What I love about this pattern compared to the one I made last year was I didn't have to make a belly patch and sew it on. It's all crocheted in, which is really nice. And if I'm going to make any changes, I would probably put one more row of the light color up here. I don't feel it goes up quite high enough. I think one more row of that would make it look better. Other than that, not a problem. I might have made his eyes a little too big. What do you think? But he has big eyes. And again, I had to crochet a little nose. And that's easy peasy, you know. 6 single crochets and a magic ring, then increase to 12. And that's all it was. Sew it on, stuff it with a little bit of stuffing so it sticks out a bit. That's it. That's it. So then I was looking at him and I said, he looks so lonely and I can't make his girlfriend right now. So I decided to make a little something to go with him. So I made a little, scrump. And it's little. It's little. But look how cute. Look how cute. So I made a keychain out of it. And I'm going to give this to him. I'm not going to charge him for it. It'll be a little gift from me to Adelaide. And she can use it as a keychain or a backpack buddy. Or she could just keep it in her room. And if she doesn't want it with the chain, she can just take it off. It's not a big deal. But in the pattern, and this pattern is with all of these free patterns on Ravelry, the eyes are out of felt. Now, I don't have the colors and I don't know how to print out eyes. And I didn't want to take time. And I have thousands of buttons, thousands. So I just went digging through my buttons and I put real buttons on it. And I kind of like that. little belly button and her eyes. How cute is that? So I can't wait to make the big one now. There's a bigger one, like the size of Stitch. Not big Stitch, regular size Stitch. So this will be a little surprise for her, a little added something something that she can do with whatever she wishes. And that's it. That's it. I am done. Well, this took longer than I thought. I talk a lot, don't I? I talk a lot. So, oh, one thing I forgot to tell you is I hurt my back yesterday. Oh, way down at the bottom. Silliest thing, pulling up my pants, getting dressed. Just bent over and just, boy, it was horribly painful yesterday. It's still painful today, but has eased up a bit. So that's a good thing. But man, that was out of the blue. Just a silly little thing like putting your pants on. You never know. You never know. So those are my plushies for today. Let me know which little chicken you like best. And if you like the shine on the turtle, helps me to decide if I want to do these things more or give it a rest. Not use it or not make them any longer. So that's it. I have to go get allergy shots. One in each arm. No fun. Then off to Sam's for some. I hate going to Sam's. I know it's going to be $200. It always is when we go. But we only go once every few months. So I wish you all a very, very good rest of your week. And I'll see you again next Wednesday. Keep crocheting. Bye.